So I'm going to explain my code. Here I just declare array of double and put the values of the array of the 10. The values of here it's going to just print the values, and here it's the same thing but in a for loop. So it's going to be array of integer. My array 0 is equal to 0, and it's going to go and my array to 9 is equal to 9. And then here we're just going to print it, and here I have declared an integer array, a student array, and put the values. In this loop, it's gonna just add the values and put the values in the total. So its total is gonna be the sum of these values, and it's gonna just print the total marks of the run is the sum, and then the consist of the length of the array marks. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 marks, and it's just gonna print the average. It's gonna be total by the length of the array. Here I have declared a string student names array new of 6 length. So it's gonna be ask the user to output the input the names of the student, and it's just gonna print over here from it's gonna go 0 to 5. And here I have declared a double uh, array named as num, and it's gonna be of 10 length. So here I'm calculating the largest and smallest value of the integer. So I have declared a double here, current largest and current smallest, which is equal to the first value of this double array. I've not put this as 0 because if it is 0, then the smallest, current smallest will be if the all values of the in this case are negative. So the current largest would be not cannot be 0. Will be 0, so it cannot be 0, so I have to put it as number 1 integer, and it's just going to print out the result and check if the value of any other integer is greater than greater or smaller than that. It's just here I have declared a two-dimensional array, and it's going to print out the values in it. So it starts from 0, so it's going to print 0 0 0 1 0 2 0 3, and just goes out from this loop and start from 1 1 0 1 2 1 1. Just want to print out those under the length of the array. And then here I have declared a list, and this is used to make a random value. So here integer random number is going to be a random value from 1 to 12. So it's going to be between 1 to 12, and let's say example for is going to be 7. So here it's going to say you need to add 7 students to your class list, and the user is asked to input the 7 student names, and it's gonna check here is it's gonna count the value of student list. It's gonna be so it's gonna be 7, and it's gonna print out the names all of the list. So pen then draw. This is used to check if the values reversed in array are gonna be equal same as the earlier value. So here if the length of the array is smaller than 1, it's gonna run false. If then this I've declared here integer num is equal to array length, and integer n is equal to array length minus 1, and a boolean is false, which changes if the values are true. So I've put over here. So I've put a condition over here if I is equal to greater than equal to, and it's gonna break. So I've done this because if all the values have already been checked, if our all the values have been checked if they from half length. So if so here I'm checking if the first value of for example array of 8 length, if it's I 0 and it's gonna be I 7, if it equals is true, and if I 7 is gonna run until I 3 and 4, and if the I goes on to 4, and n is gonna be 3, so it's gonna break over here because all the values have been already checked. Then they can be reversed, it's gonna be true. If they are not true, it's just gonna be return the boolean as false and break. and it's gonna return the boolean value. Let's check over here. So here I'm merging a list. So first it checks if the value of the list 1 and list B are in ascending order. And here I have declared three integers over here. If the integer, so it just checks if n is still smaller than the value of values in the list A of the length of list A, and here is check if the list A the current value of list E is smaller than list B. If it is this smaller than or smaller or equal to, so add it to the new list which I have declared over here. The new list is if B is smaller, it's gonna add B to the list and it's gonna run until the value of J is smaller than the sum of those are declared, say over both over there in there. So array conversion. So it's just gonna add all the odd odd values in the array to a new array. So here I have got the length of the array and declared a new list. I have used the new list for adding the values, and it's gonna run a for loop over here for all the values and check if the values are if divided by 2 they if they have a remainder or not. If they have remainder, it's a odd value. If they do not, then it's a even value. So if they have a remainder, it's just not equal to 0. So it's gonna add the value to the list, and here I convert the list to array and just so use it's gonna return the value. I've used all this code over here, and this is the task.